time to feel old. So this is a DigiTech pamphlet from 2005, and it basically contains everything that DigiTech was making in 2005, which is a nice little time warp to go through. So this is when DigiTech kind of got completely rid of DoD and even started releasing things like the Grunge as a DigiTech pedal. Yeah, I thought we'd just go through it and have a look and see some nostalgia. So we got DigiTech, The Power to Create, Encyclopedia of Tone Volume 4, because they made multiples of these, I guess, every year. I'm not sure. It'd be interesting to see what the other ones look like. Anyway, so the first page basically shows you all the different pedals that they make and a nice table of contents. And it's quite an interesting little book because it does have a lot more. Like the Boss one is quite basic. This is like really trying to sell you on DigiTech pedals. So we've got who uses a DigiTech pedal. A couple of these that I'm a bit interested in is like the guy from Incubus. I'm pretty sure the guy from Incubus didn't use DigiTech. I'm pretty sure he used DoD, but there we go. And there's quite a few here that are doubles. So there's quite a few like a Slipknot where it's like it's Slipknot and then it's Slipknot and it's Slipknot. Another one that's quite funny on here is Maroon 5. Like having pedals on Maroon 5 pedal board is a thing to be proud of. Anyway, so then it has a thing of like why DigiTech guitar pedals are the best guitar pedals. Then we've got a whole bit on the Jimmy Hendrix Experience, and basically it's trying to sell you on this whole Jimmy Hendrix wah that they made. I never tried this Jimmy Hendrix wah, so if you have played it, let me know how it sounds. I did see one of these recently for sale and I kind of almost got it, but I'm not a massive Jimi Hendrix fan enough to be able to like pay for one of these. Anyway, so then there's the Crossroads pedal. I have no idea what the Crossroads pedal sounds like, and I'm curious to see what it sounds like, but I could, again, never bring myself to buy one of these. And a weird thing about this is that they go either for really lots and lots of money or absolutely dirt cheap, and I never can be bothered to get one when it's dirt cheap, and then I see them at a high price and I think, oh, I should get one of those, and I don't. And we've got the Black 13. I have never seen one of these ever in my life on sale, which is interesting. These must be quite rare. If you've played one of these, let me know what it sounds like. I imagine it's very similar to the guy from Disturbed's one with a weapon, which I actually did have. But yeah, these multi-effects pedals that DigiTech made, they're really interesting pedals because they have like weird effects in them. Yeah, I've never ever come across one of these. The next one is the Weapon. I actually had one of these, but I broke it. I actually had it, it was broken, and then I found a way to kind of revive it, and then it just stopped working entirely. It's an interesting pedal because it's got like a weird sound from like the Sickness where it like fades in, and it's also got some weird sitar sounds. Yeah, really cool pedal, the Weapon. Then we've got the Jam Man. I think they still make the Jam Man. The Jam Man is actually a really interesting little pedal for playing loops live. Next one is the Whammy, which they still make and have made millions of, and somehow still keeps its value. I never quite understand how. However, I do wonder how many of these would have been sold if Jack White hadn't used one. Then we're getting onto the factory. So the first one is the Distortion Factory, which I own. Yeah. This is a good pedal, fun, interesting, has different amp outputs out of the mixer out that comes on these pedals. So this is the Distortion Factory. It actually tells you which of the different amp models it's using, which is kind of cool. Hot Rod, never used a Hot Rod, but apparently it's based on a Boss DS1, which would be interesting to see. I might put that in the Boss DS1 fight-off that I'm planning to do at some point. The Tone Driver, never used Tone Driver, no idea what it's like. What I do like about this though is it includes little diagrams on what the different sounds you can get. So basically it's like, yeah, you want this sound, you do this, which is quite cool. Multi-chorus, again, it's a chorus pedal. It's got up to 16 voices. I wonder how you get the 16 voices. But again, I love the fact that it's got these little knobs. That's kind of cool. Synthwah, turbo flange, hyperphase. I think I'd still prefer to have the Boss version of this rather than the DigiTech version. But yeah, main squeeze, compressor. I don't really care about compressors. The Digidelay. The Digidelay is interesting because some people have said that it's actually quite a good pedal, and some people have said it's absolute tat. Have you played a Digidelay? Let me know. Put it in the comments below. The prices of it went like about 5 years ago. These were dirt cheap, and now they're stupidly expensive. And sometimes they go out dirt cheap, but then it's one of those times where it's like, it's something that I don't have the money for. It's quite frustrating, but I would be interested to play a Digidelay. Digiverb, never really heard much about Digiverb. Never really heard much about Digiverb. Yeah. Again, interesting one that I'd like to try out, really. There's the Bad Monkey, Screaming Blues, the Hothead, the Grunge. What's interesting about this is that these pedals, it doesn't actually jump between. So it jumps between digital pedals and then to completely analog pedals, but it does not mention that they're analog at all, which is kind of interesting. Nothing in here that they're analog pedals and they're not digital at all. Okay, cool. Keep going. This book is huge. So we've got death metal. Don't care about death metal. And it's talking about what you should get if you want to play hard rock. So this is I like the idea of that they actually work something out and gone, these are the pedals, you want to get this sound, this is what you do. So we've got hard rock, and in the hard rock we've got a Hot Rod, a Digidelay, and a Digiverb. Then metal, we got a metal master, a turbo flanger, and a digiverb. Fusion, we got a main squeeze, tone driver, digidelay, and a multi-chorus. Killer solo, that's basically what the metal one was. Guitar synth, blues, electro. Why would you play a Bad Monkey on an electroacoustic? That just sounds like you're asking for trouble. Phaserdelic, okay. Country, okay. Alternative, it's basically like, yeah, do you want to sound like Nirvana-ish? Heavy delay, okay. Whammy octave, yeah, don't care. Whammy detune, don't care. And then we got bass effects, we've got the bass driver, we've got a bass multi-chorus, a bass main squeeze, oh, bass squeeze, not called the main squeeze, it's just called the bass squeeze. Bass synthwah. Then we got setups for bass, we've got bass synth, bass funk filter, fusion bass, and new bass. And that's the DigiTech catalogue. So yeah, that was the DigiTech catalogue. What did you think? Have you got any pedals in here that you think are noteworthy? I really miss the fact that I don't include these kind of things in pedals anymore. I like these little books. It's the thing about getting something in a box that, you know, you get an extra thing. I like getting extra things. It's good to get things. So yeah, let me know. If you like this video, please hit subscribe. And if you like this video, please hit a like. And I'll see you next one. Bye.